Andrew Tate. You've heard his name, you've seen his face, and whether you love him or hate him, you can't ignore the fact that he has an insane following, especially among young men. But let's step back for a second, because this isn't really a question about him. The real question we should be asking is, why does someone like Andrew Tate resonate so much? Because this isn't just about one man. It's about something way bigger happening in society, a shift that's been brewing for years, and if we don't start talking about it, we're gonna start seeing more figures like him rise, and potentially worse. First off, before I get canceled, let me be clear. I don't align with Andrew Tate. I don't support his message, and frankly, I think a lot of what he says is dangerous. But if we're serious about actually solving the problem, we need to understand why he has such an influence in the first place. Because whether you like it or not, Tate didn't create this movement. He capitalized on a feeling that already existed. That feeling, you ask? Alienation, a loss of identity, and the growing belief that many men, particularly young men, that they've been pushed into the background of society. Let's look at the stats. Women are now earning more money than men in many major cities. Women are attending college at a far higher rate than men. In fact, women make up 60% of college students. More households than ever are led financially by women. And let me be clear, this is a great thing. Women deserve these opportunities, and the fact that the barriers are being broken down is long overdue. But here's the issue. When progress happens, there's always a reaction, and in this case, the reaction isn't coming from women, it's coming from men who don't know where they fit anymore. Because for the first time in modern history, young men are being raised in a world where the traditional definitions of masculinity, provider, protector, leader, are being rewritten. And instead of giving young men a new purpose, society has left them in a void. And when people feel lost, they look for leaders. This is where someone like Andrew Tate comes in. He shows up online with flashy cars, a bold personality, and a message that, whether you agree with it or not, gives young men a sense of identity. He tells them, you're not weak, society just wants to make you weak. You should be powerful. You should take control. You should fight back. And for millions of young men, that message hits home. It hits hard because no one else is talking to them. No one else is acknowledging their struggle. No one else is giving them a framework for what it means to be a man in today's world. And that's the problem. The mistake we make is thinking that the solution is just canceling Andrew Tate, deplatforming him, banning him from social media. But that doesn't solve anything. If we don't address the real issue, if we don't start creating new healthy models of masculinity, another Andrew Tate will rise, and another, and another. Because men, just like women, need guidance. They need role models. They need purpose. And right now, they're not getting it. So what's the answer? We need to start talking about men's struggles without turning it into a competition with women's progress. Both can exist at the same time. We need to create new definitions of masculinity that empower men without bringing women down. And we need to give young men better role models, ones that don't prey on their insecurities, but instead help them grow. Because if we don't, the cycle continues. And we'll be right back here having this conversation again. The question is, what are we going to do about it? Why do you think Andrew Tate has such a big following? Like, comment, and subscribe, and let's have more conversations like this.